The Warriors made headlines last week when Draymond Green and Kevin Durant got into it on the bench. And now Katie was caught getting into it with a fan. During Saturday's game in Dallas, a group of fans reportedly insulted KD throughout the game, including calling him a cupcake. Well, KD, he didn't take it so well. Let's watch. Okay, interesting. Shannon, what did that video tell you?
They tell me, is that the way you want your best player in the NBA to act, Skip? Is that what you want from him? Nah, the best player would have never lashed out like that. He's so much more level-headed. This tip, Skip, Kevin Durant is so ready for this season to be over. You know how sometimes, you know, that straw, the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, he's just every little thing now. It bothers him. You know, sometimes, you know, you get frustrated and somebody say something, man, when you... bro, leave me alone. I ain't doing nothing but breathing. Stop breathing then. Every little thing seems to annoy Kevin Durant and gets up under his skin. He's ready to move on. And the Draymond probably sped that up a lot more than probably it normally would have, Skip. But he wants to be gone. He wants to be out. He's not having fun anymore. I think he's resigned to the fact that he knows it's over. He knows his time in Golden State is up. And he just wants to move on. And so every little thing, now all of a sudden, Skip, look, it's hard for me to believe that Kevin Durant, I think, has been in the NBA, what, Skip, 11, 12 years, maybe a little longer? That
12th year. Yep.
Whatever that guy said or that young lady said, it's hard for me to believe that Kevin Durant hadn't heard worse in his 12 years in all the arenas that he's played in. But somehow he heard that comment of the thousands of comments that's been uttered in his direction. He heard that. And if you look at it, Skip, since he had this incident with Draymond, he's 1 for 17 from the three. Kevin Durant's better than that. I know Kevin Durant's better than that. Kevin Durant's the second best player in the NBA. And if I can't have LeBron, I want KD. But Skip.
You want KD next year is what you want.
Don't worry about what I want. I want KD to be happy. And if he's not happy, I want him to move on. But look, I still do not believe that Steph Curry comes back, that there's a team that can beat this team with Steph, Clay, and KD in the lineup. I don't believe there's a team, Skip, that can beat them 4 times in a 2-week span.
Especially if DeMarcus Cousins turns back into DeMarcus
I don't care if DeMarcus Cousins don't set foot on the floor. They're the favorite. And with that lineup, with those 3 guys, those 3 marksmen, because think about it, Clay has gotten 50 points. Steph has gotten 50. KD's gotten 40 plus. They're loaded. They're just that, and that's what makes them so dynamic. Is because they have 3 of those guys that on a given moment can go nuclear and hit you for a 50 piece. So this tells me he wants this to end sooner rather than later. But unfortunately, he's going to have to play it out until June.
Aren't you happy about this? Aren't you ready to throw a parade over this? No, because the heavens have opened up and the West has opened up.
I don't like to see him. I don't like to see our athletes lash out like that when they have something else going on and then someone says something and it sets them off. Because it's not about what he said. This is something that's internal. This is something that's been brewing inside of KD.
Okay, just remember, he's been lashing out for 12 years, especially starting at about his 3rd or 4th year. Remember the whole shoot campaign about not nice Kevin Durant? Remember that? And then
when y'all voted him MVP, y'all don't know the hell y'all talking about.
You don't know anything. And then he's leading the league. A couple times he's led in tacks. Ejections.
Yeah, last year he was at an all-time high.
Yeah, okay. Kevin Durant is simply the weirdest superstar I have ever closely observed because he is definitely the thinnest skinned I have closely observed and know people around him.
Yeah.
He is also one of the mentally toughest in the clutch I've ever seen because I'm in awe of what he did in the back-to-back finals. With the weight of the NBA world on his shoulders, with 90% of the NBA world waiting for him to fall on his face in the first time around against LeBron, he just took over game 3, the turning point game, and he shot the 3 right in LeBron's face, and he was the MVP. And then he did it again last year, and he was the MVP. And I have nothing but respect for that. That's when he won my respect because that's hard, man.
Yep.
And he is their closer. When they need a big shot, they give it to him because he can make all kinds of shots from all kinds of places.
He's a tough shot maker.
He is a tough shot maker.
Yes, he is.
So was I shocked by this? It's just like how he operates on Twitter. He will respond and go off on the smallest little thing on Twitter from Joe Nobody. Just somewhere, he has no idea who the...
But what makes this so amazing, Skip, and you're right, he will go off, but it's not like when people curse him, it's like if they call him thin-skinned, if they call him soft, that's what sets him off. And that's what I'm saying, what makes this so, what I think is so unbelievable is that 12 years in all the arenas you've gone to, that set you off?
I think Cupcake set him off because...
Yes, think about it.
I got to tell you, he's got some cupcake in him. Yeah. He can be.
I was trying to get the man to come on the show, and you done called him Cupcake.
What is it? Are we close?
Well, you done called him Cupcake.
He knows he's sensitive, so he's more offended.
Yeah, like that, because that's a soft comment.
Right.
That's a thin-skinned comment.
Because it's hard to think about it, Skip. Somebody called him soft. Somebody calls him a cupcake. How many times have he been called a mofo or an SOB? And that doesn't bother him.
That doesn't bother him at all.
That don't bother him. But they call you soft or cupcake, and you turn around and sit down and bleed.
Well, what just happened a few nights back on the bench before overtime?
Got
Draymond called him the B word, which would indicate some sort of softness, some sort of cupcakeness.
That's what he should have. What he told that fan is what he should have told Draymond.
Yeah, true.
Sit down and shut up. But he didn't tell Draymond. He didn't want none of that smoke.
Okay, but you're right about that. I give you that. But Draymond went on to say, we don't need you. We won before you, and we can win without you. Now, again, it was in a fit of anger because Draymond thought KD had shown him up by clapping for the basketball.
KD should have whipped him.
Well, okay.
KD from D.C.
I know, but I got Draymond. I got Flint now.
I got KD. Huh? KD tough. You see them tattoos he got?
You trying to get him on the show now or what? Is that
KD my dog.
Is that where that came from?
KD my dog.
And no, you want him in L.A. next year.
No, and his mom was great, though, Skip. She came on the show when we was in L.A.
She is always great.
Golden State when we were at the finals, and she came back on in Cleveland. So Wanda's cool people with me, and KD is that dog. And so Draymond, I'd appreciate it if you don't go at him like that. You don't want that smoke, me and you, Draymond.
This bridge is on fire and it's about to burn to the ground.
It's done.
It's done. It's burning to the ground, which is why I said, I know it's drastic and dramatic and people think it's knee-jerk overreaction, but somebody's got to go sooner than later because
why are you going to trade Draymond if you already know KD going to leave?
I'm trying to save one shot at one championship. You know how hard it is to win one championship in this league? I know they've been spoiled. Like Steve Kerr said the other day, we've just lived in a dream world. We've lived a charmed existence. They have.
Everybody has faced this kind of adversity over the last 4 to 5 years, except us.
Everybody has. And they do on kind of a nightly basis. And all of a sudden, they just went through their Texas swing, and they go 0-3. They lose at Houston, at Dallas, at San Antonio. And now they come home and they've lost 4 out of 5, and they got Oklahoma City and Portland, and then Sacramento is no cakewalk anymore.
Yeah, and well, we really can't judge them until they get Steph back. Well, once you get Steph back,
they keep saying he's moving in the right direction. He's got a soft tissue, like a groin issue injury.
But look, KD is he hears everything now, Skip. Whew. He got what do we call rabbit ears, which means is that in a crowd of 15, 16,000 people, he can hear anything that's directed at him in a negative manner. He can decipher all that other stuff that's going on. People screaming, "Yeah, good job."
And obviously, what happened after he went over and told him to shut the you-know-what up? What happened? They just ratcheted it. They went after him harder and harder.
Exactly.
Because they knew they got it.
You can't give them that ammo.
No.
You can't give them that ammo, Skip. You give them that ammo, they're going to keep it coming.
It's a really good point that you say he's the most sensitive yet effective player when it matters most. Like, it's fascinating to me.
But look at my guy. See, my guy got that armadillo skin.
We're not talking about your guy.
Armadillo skin. He put that shell on and don't hear nothing.
He hears everything.
Don't hear anything.
And he takes it straight to heart. Trust me.
He don't pay no attention.
Trust me.
I told him, I said, Bron, don't pay them no attention. I got this. He said, this is what I told Bron. I said, Bron, you handle that coat, I got all these haters out here.
Yep.
In the real world. Yep.
All I know about KD, he got born with the clutch gene. LeBron didn't get the clutch gene.
Yeah, he got it.
He didn't.
He got it.
No.
Did you see those closeout games? Did you see Indiana?
Yeah.
I've see
too
Toronto?
much. I've seen 16 years worth.
And who hit the free throw that made it a 4-point game in Game 7 and to finish off that triple dub?
Don't get me started about LeBron at the late game free throw line.
We're going to save this debate for another day. We need more time. We're going back to last night's Rams
Here we go.
Chiefs game. Was it one of the best ever? We'll discuss next.